Hi guys, it's Mr. Chang. Today I'm going to show you how to do your book information quest. First thing I'm going to do is open up Safari and I'm going to go to my website. Okay, on the right hand side you'll see under the author study project a bunch of links, and today we're going to be looking at the book information quest, but we'll also need the book list. So I'm going to open up new tabs for both of these links. First I'll open up the book list, right click here, and open up the new link in a tab. And then I'll also open up a new tab for this link as well. Okay, now you'll see that I have my book list opened up, and I also have my book quest. And I'll need these two documents to complete my book quest. So the first thing I'm going to do is kind of look through this book list. And if there are authors that you are already familiar with, maybe that's kind of where you start. You're going to have to narrow down your options to 5 possible books. Okay, 5 possible books. So let's pretend that I've heard about Mike Lupica. Okay, right here. And he wrote Heat, which is a sports, a book about baseball. All right. And I want to do information about Mike Lupica. My book quest helps me figure this out. So my first book would be, it says Heat, and it's by Mike Lupica. Okay, Heat, Mike Lupica, and I should be looking for this information on Barnes & Noble. Find this information at Barnes & Noble. Now, there's a couple different options. You can use Barnes & Noble. You can use a website called Goodreads. You can use the publisher's website. You can use Amazon. And I'll try to show you all of them right now. I'm going to open up a new tab, and I'm going to go to barnesandnoble.com. I think it's just actually bn.com. Yeah. So Barnes & Noble is now, you could just type in bn.com. And what I'll do is I'll type in Heat, and it is a book. Search. And right now I have a whole bunch of romance books, so it's probably not the way to go. Let's try Mike Lupica. Here we go. And you can see right here, Heat. So I'll click on that link. It gives me a whole bunch of information. Okay, on the top we have an overview, which kind of gives us a brief summary. Over here we have a couple of reviews. You can always expand this. Okay, these are reviews by different publications. And under product details, you'll see a lot of the information that we're looking for in your book quest. So if we go back to this tab, who is the publisher? Well, let's look over here. Under product details, it says the publisher's Penguin Young Readers Group. What is the age range of the book? Let's see. Age range says right here, between 10 and 12 years old. Try to keep this as neat as possible. How many pages are in the book? That's the letter C, right? pages right here, 256. 256 pages. What is the average customer rating? So this has to do with like the number of stars. And if you look down by customer rating, average rating 4.5 out of 5, which is a very high score. List 2 other books that customers who purchase book might also have bought. Okay, so let's see. Customers who bought this also bought. Okay, so here are 2 other ones. Travel Team, which is by Mike Lupica, and Football Genius, which is by Tim Green. There's 2 other books, so type that in. Travel Team by Mike Lupica, and what was the other one called? Football Genius by Tim Green. Football Genius by Tim Green. Okay. What other books has this author written? If I click on Mike Lupica, this will help me answer this question. Here we go. And this shows me all the different books by Mike Lupica. The Only Game, Fantasy League, QB1. So let's, does it say how many? What other books? Let's do 3 books. The Only Game, Fantasy League, and QB1. The Only Game, Fantasy League, and QB1. And then briefly summarize the synopsis of the book. So first of all, I need to go back to Heat. And I'll quickly just kind of look at this, read over this. I'm reading over the overview, which gives me a summary, and I'm just going to briefly paraphrase this. Okay, so it looks like it's about a 12-year-old boy who lives in the Bronx, but he's having trouble playing baseball because of family problems outside of school. Okay, and his parents, he has no parents, and his birth certificate is still in Cuba. All right, so it seems like, let's see. Let's summarize this book. So this story is about I wouldn't call him a young boy. I call him a boy who is struggling to keep his life together in the tough streets of the Bronx. He has no parents, and his only way to survive is through baseball. Okay, I'll just keep it like that. Keep it sweet and short. All right, what's the author's homepage? Okay, so the author's homepage, I don't know if it shows it on here. No. Okay, so what I'm going to have to do is go to google.com And what I like to do is type in the author, Mike Lupica, official homepage. All right, so the Mike Lupica's official website. And I'm just going to copy this link. Don't want that. And what's the publisher's website? So I have to look at the publisher, going back to letter A, Penguin Young Readers Group. I'll look that up. So I'm going to go back to Google. Oops. So the publisher was Penguin Young Readers Group website. All right, these are all. This all belongs to the to Penguin, which owns the company. There we go. So, I mean, it's just Penguin, and Young Readers is just focused for children. So, copy this, put this in here. Oop, I didn't mean to go there. Put this in here. And that's it. Okay, so we have a whole bunch of information about this book called Heat. Okay, and all we really used were BarnesandNoble.com and Google. There are two other websites you could use. Okay, I'm going to show that to you right now. You could go to Amazon as well. They sell a ton of books. And all I do is type in Heat by Mike Lupica, and you'll see it right there. And if you click on that, it kind of gives you the same deal. You know, you have the customer reviews, 4 out of 5, gives you a short synopsis, tells you customers who bought this also bought these books. It has the product details as well. So you could use Amazon as well. The other thing you could use is a site called Goodreads. Goodreads. Let that load up. And when you search, you could Heat. Actually, let's do Mike Lupica. And Heat. And it kind of gives you the same thing as well. You know, we have a rating, which actually the rating on Goodreads is a little bit lower. You have the summary, and if you click here more details, it gives you information as well. But Goodreads mostly is about the reviews. So if you go down, you have people who review this book. That's what it's mostly used for. Now in the book quest, you'll have to fill out 5 books. Okay, 5 possible books, just because if the book that you want is taken, you have backups. So you have book 1, book 2, 3, 4, and 5. And of course, what you're going to end up doing is going back to the list and checking out other books and looking up that information. Okay? And that's it for the book quest.